Hi folks, Lily here. This video is part of a video series for you to watch with your child. In this video series, you'll learn how to put together an ingredient tasting to learn all about the different flavors and textures of the ingredients in a recipe. You'll also learn how to follow along with a recipe to make a healthy snack or meal together. If you aren't watching this video with your child, now is a great time to hit pause and go get them so you can watch the rest of this video together. Hi folks, Lily here with Spoons Across America, and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making granola. Now most store-bought granolas have a lot of oil and sugar in them, so they're not quite as healthy as you might think. This recipe for granola uses less oil and it's sweetened naturally with maple syrup, so it's a healthier version to make at home, and it's super customizable so you can make it just how your family likes it. It uses a few simple ingredients: oats, your favorite mix-ins, oil, maple syrup, cinnamon, and salt. Super simple, but you can customize it with whatever seeds, nuts, coconut, dried fruit, whatever you may like. Let's dive in. First up, we have our tasting plate. Once you've had a chance to taste all of the ingredients and see what flavors and aromas and textures they have, you can move on to your recipe. Once you've read your recipe through, start to finish, it's time to start cooking. The first step of our recipe is to preheat the oven to 325 degrees. Alright, next we're going to prepare a cookie sheet. You can either line a cookie sheet with parchment paper, or if you have a non-stick cookie sheet, you can skip that step and it's good to go as is. Alright, let's make the granola. To a mixing bowl, we're going to add 2 cups of oats, and then we're going to add our mix-ins. You can use a variety of nuts, seeds, dried fruit, coconut, whatever you may like. You're going to use 1 cup total of mix-ins. So you can divide it up. If you want to do 3 different mix-ins, you can use 1/3 of a cup of each. 2 mix-ins, you can use 1/2 cup of each. This will give you a chance to use a little bit of math to figure out how much of each of your mix-ins you should use, depending on how many you want to add. I'm going to use 3 different mix-ins today. So I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup of almonds, these are raw almonds, and 1/3 of a cup of coconut flakes. If you were using seeds, you could also add them in at this point. Our dried fruit we're going to save for the end. You don't really need to cook it because it will get a little bit hard, so you're going to mix that in after your granola bakes. Alright, now that we have our oats and our mix-ins in here, we're going to add our other ingredients. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You can also use another neutral flavored oil like avocado oil or vegetable oil. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Alright, and then we're just going to mix this up. Alright, once it's all mixed, we're going to put it right on our cookie sheet. You want to spread it out so it bakes nice and evenly. And then we're going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes. You can set a timer. After 20 minutes, we're going to take it out and we're going to mix it up. I'll see you then. Alright, it's been 20 minutes, so it's time to take out our granola and give it a stir. Have an adult help you with this step as the pan is going to be hot. Got my oven mitt on. Take this out and then give it a nice stir. All right, once it's all mixed, you can spread it out again. And we're gonna pop it back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, you'll know that your granola is ready when it's nice and golden brown and super fragrant. I'll see you in a bit. All right, it's been 15 more minutes and it's time to check on our granola. This looks perfect. It's beautifully golden brown and it smells delicious. Now it's time to add in any dried fruit that you might be using. Today I'm using blueberries. I have 1/3 of a cup of dried blueberries. Just gonna add them right in there and then carefully mix using a hot pad to hold the pan. You can have an adult help you with this as well so you don't burn yourself. Once your dried fruit is all mixed in, you're gonna let this cool. Once it's cool, it's time to enjoy it. You can have this granola with dried fruit, milk. You can serve it with yogurt, or you can use it as a smoothie topper. Once it's cool, you can put it in a jar or a Tupperware, any airtight type container, and store it for up to 2 weeks. If you want to make enough of this for the whole family to have for breakfast all week, you can double or even triple the recipe. And again, just like the other recipes in the Cooking Together series, the best part of this is customizing it and getting creative. So don't be afraid to try using different fruits, nuts, seeds, or other ingredients. Make sure if you're using nuts, you use raw nuts or seeds. And if you use dried fruit, you use unsweetened dried fruit. That way you're not adding too much extra sugar or salt to the recipe. I hope you enjoy making this delicious recipe, and I'll see you again soon here in my kitchen.